Freedom Scientific, a Vispero brand.
An introduction to Windows 11 and JAWS. I'm going to start this lesson by introducing a couple of terminologies that I'll be using throughout. And these are things that you will see in Windows 11 that we did not encounter in Windows 10. So they're not necessarily new features or even new concepts. They're just new terminology that we can apply to some things that you may already know actually, but we'll see. So we used to have the Action Center in Windows 10. That still exists in Windows 11, but we'll also have a Notification Center that we're going to talk about. Used to be within the Action Center, now it's a separate flyout. So flyout is another terminology that we'll use, or pop out, and these are just the little windows with rounded corners that you'll see slide out from the sides, bottom, top of the screen in Windows 11. They have a very clean look and contain a lot of information. And then the other terminology I want to mention is something that Liz has already mentioned, and that is the icons in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Visually, they appear in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. They usually give you status or information about apps. Sometimes they would give notifications about your system as well. We've always referred to this in JAWS as our system tray, so I'll continue to refer to this as the system tray. But be aware in Windows 11, the settings and the way it's referred to have changed. It is now taskbar overflow. So you'll hear me say those things. You'll hear me say flyouts. You'll hear me say taskbar overflow and refer to the Notification Center, the Action Center, and throughout this lesson. So let's dive into the Notification Center. What's changed? Mostly just the keyboard command. I'm going to press Windows N to open my Notification Center. Let's listen.
Windows N, Wednesday, December 29th button, list box, notifications from Microsoft Teams work or school collapsed.
So you'll hear that there is a calendar here, the announced the date, and also the fact that I have some notifications from Microsoft Teams that are currently collapsed. And I can navigate this just like the Action Center with my arrows and the tab. To open this and
Expanded.
expand it, I just press right arrow and then down arrow to go through the list of my notifications.
Deborah Sally, test message. You're all set. Enjoy using Teams. Received at 9:44 a.m. You're all set. See fewer button. 1 of 1.
I can reduce the amount of messages I see here. I can press home to navigate to the top of my notification list from Teams.
Home. Notifications from Microsoft Teams work or school expanded. Deborah Sally, we're just now getting out of our 10:30.
And if I would like to tab to the next section in the Notification Center,
Expand this notification button. 1 of 3. Settings for this notification button. 2 of 3.
I'm going to move through settings for each type of notification.
Clear this notification button. 3 of 3.
I'm presented with an option to clear them individually. So this would just clear the specific notification from Teams.
Wednesday, December 29th button. Expand calendar button.
And the only notifications I currently have in my Notification Center are from Microsoft Teams. And I know that because I've now encountered my calendar and it is collapsed. I don't want to have to tab all the way through that. I usually leave it collapsed.
Clear all notifications. Clear all button.
And here I have the option to clear all of my notifications, which I am going to do.
Enter. Wednesday, December 29th button. No new notifications.
JAWS tells me no new notifications. And now when I press Windows N,
Windows N, desktop, folder view, list view, Microsoft Teams work or school checked. 2 of 8.
now when I press Windows N,
Windows N, no new notifications. Wednesday, December 29th button. Expand calendar button.
I'm told that there are no notifications and I have the option to expand the calendar. That is the current Notification Center as it exists on Windows 11. Again, you activate with Windows N, you're able to use tab and the arrow keys to navigate through those notifications. And also you're presented with buttons within the Notification Center to change the settings on those individual notifications. If I'd like to take a peek at my Action Center, you're going to access it the exact same way you did in Windows 10 with Windows A.
Windows A, Control Center.
And you'll hear that this is referred to a little differently as Control Center. In many articles, I've also seen it referred to as Quick Settings. And let's take a little tour through the Control Center / Quick Settings. I'm going to use Tab.
Manage Wi-Fi connections button. Brightness left right slider, 28%. Battery, charging 100% button.
And I'm presented with some basic information about my laptop. If I continue on down,
Edit quick settings button.
I have the option to specify what actually appears in this section. If there are things that you may access more often, you can go in and customize what you see in your quick settings.
All settings button. Wi-Fi button checked.
I'm going to press Escape to move out of there.
Escape, desktop, folder view, list view, Microsoft Teams work or
You also have the option to see things like Focus Assist in your quick settings. And again, you can access those with Windows A.
Freedom Scientific, a Vispero brand. To stay up to date on upcoming webinars and training events, complete the sign-up form at freedomscientific.com/webinars. Thanks again for connecting with us.